Lethaltoad MMA, kicking off another episode. UFC Vancouver. We got RDR taking on Ellen, and plenty of other good fights. Before we get into it, I just want to take a moment and recognize my man upstairs here, Lethal Hands. He's been absolutely fucking crushing it with some of the biggest dogs throughout the year, and we have, for the most part, nailed most main events and co-main events. And even if a pick was wrong throughout this year, we've been cashing because we're also smart and respect things like distance. So I'm not going to say any names, but I don't think it really needs to be said. A lot of this community, UFC, MMA, I've been seeing trail each other like a flock of seagulls. One person takes the lead, puts the content out very early, the cappers, and man, does the community just love to follow. And dude, I've heard some crickets for the last month. Lethal and I are up over 20 fucking units. If you didn't know, now you know. Hate to say it, y'all. We told us so. We told us so with Charles Oliveira, and you certainly know that he gets it done by a finish, especially his submissions. We told us so, Poatan. He certainly got it fucking done there. We told us so, Diego Lopez. And all these fights you could have been cashing out too, even if you were picking on the other side, because distance, Lethal.
Salikov, Muslim Salikov. The list goes fucking on, Toad. We destroyed all of them.
They're betting the same fucking props for one fighter, right? When they could be making the same prop to say distance no and respect a killer over 5 rounds, potentially upsetting their boy and still be cashing, and they aren't even doing that. So I do not know how to say this, but there's a rule in MMA. If you got 2 killers in the octagon, fuck blue corner, fuck red corner. Let's talk distance and let's talk money. No.
Mate.
I don't mean to kick it off this way, but
names, Toad, we won't do that. So, but I will say, I challenged someone on Instagram. She is a female. She says she's not a casual. I actually put a couple of her bets on just to see, right? Every weekend. Guess what? What a loser am I for following someone else except fucking Lethaltoad, which is me and you. Having a look. Then she put a challenge on for the week of, I'm going to get the whole fucking card. I DM'd her. She told me to go on another fucking station. I told her to come on our station. I don't go on another station, cunt. You come and fucking see me. Because we rule the fucking roost. Not you, you fucking little bitch.
Here's what I will say to that. I'll remove myself from the betting and this whole capper thing, the people who get to sit in their chairs and do this shit full time while Lethal and I do, 40, 50 hour weeks doing other shit, come into this territory and run it as if it's our fucking careers. So I'll remove myself from that conversation for now. I'm going to enlighten us with some good news. Speaking of Diego Lopez, my tops now came in, and this invoice says that I have a lucky hit pending in here. A lucky hit means it could be a 1 out of 1. It could be a 1 out of 50. But we're going to
open it.
I waited for you. I bought 20 fucking Diego Lopez cards out of the the tops.
What's it going to be, cunt?
And so
what's it going to be?
Yeah, I got a one touch sitting right here waiting for it. Could this be Toad's first 1 of 1 shared with the legendary Lethal Hand Collectibles? And I just want to do this to help bring us back to who we normally are. Happy, go happy. He might get a Rose Namajunas fucking fight pick and go off on a fucking witch hunt. But for the most part, we're like chilling out, having a good time. And so welcome in if you're new to that. Welcome back for all of our fucking vets. And oh my fucking God. I don't know how rare this is, but it mustn't touch my fucking oily fingers. Hold on, I'm preparing.
Put gloves on.
Ooh, I don't have gloves, but I got 2 one touches. So let me grab 2 of them real quick, because it's across the top. I think it's a bonus. 2.35 should have me right. It's got a fucking kangaroo on it. I can't tell you how fate this is. Like, how much destiny is involved in this shit right now. But anyways, we've done all right in these last few pay-per-views. We've done all right in these past few fucking months. I sincerely wish I was part of another UFC pick league, because when you're 10 out of 12, 9 for 12, 11 out of 12 for 13, when you're consistently hitting that shit, it makes you kind of wonder, right?
While you're doing that, man, can I just cut in for a sec?
Yeah, I want you to,
Last
please.
week,
thank you.
I was on fucking fire, and you'll agree with this, right? I lost 2K last week. Not because I lost, because my dude lost by decision, won by decision and not TKO. Alvarez, right? Won that fight. He TKO'd old mate. The fight was fucking called off. Everyone said, and then they called it back on. I've never seen a fight called off and then called back on.
So
if we're talking about, on the pod last week, we're talking about corruption in Brazil, and I'm going to say this right now. That is in front of your eyes. Literally everyone who watched that fight. That is pure corruption. I call it off. No, your family will die. I call it back on.
So do you know what's very ironic about that fight, Lethal, is those were like two pretty known names in the MMA space. New school and old school. You know, former killer, current killer. Who the fuck was the Mr. Bean ref they decided to assign that fight to throughout the night? I'll tell you who it was. It was somebody who was meant to be hated and someone who was meant to make Vegas a lot of money, because most of us not only had Alvarez props, but we had him by the first 2 rounds, because that's who he is. That's how he gets it done. He's a fucking killer. And Luque,
and he did it.
If he's pulling an upset, it's also an early thing. He would have technically won the fight by a legal TKO. Luque stopped the fight himself, holding his eye. It was reviewed a legal punch. He's had all kinds of time to recover. He folded, man. He was just touching his face. And then we could talk about the countless body strikes and strikes to the head and the elbows and hammer fists that were just being in a fucking fetal position and not being defended and advancing. And then we could talk about the hoof talking to Luque. Are you done? And him fucking basically saying yes. And then some random fucking Mexican coming out of the crowd and just being like, nah, man, you got one more in you. After Hoof and the fighter are basically saying, yeah, we're good on that. No need to take an unnecessary damage based on how these first 2 rounds are going. And I'll be damned. Vegas. Now, we still made money. I'm not saying I didn't just put Alvarez on every other fucking imaginable parlay because, you know, some weird shit fading my distance, no. But I made 3 units on the night that should have been closer to 8 because of that fight.
You know what? Pissed me off, Toad?
I made units, so we're happy. What's up?
Now, you know what pissed me off, Toad? It wasn't about losing, because I'm not a bad loser, brother. I take pride in what we do.
Yeah.
I've been on a run. Me and you've been on a run for weeks. That one fucked me. That actually, okay, I made my money back. Now, one would say, and I even posted that, I was like, dude, lucky I fucking switched on, right? And did have that submission in there, just in case. But making my money back is not what I want to do every Sunday. I want to walk out and have fucking red panty night every fucking Sunday in Australia, which is Saturday night for you guys, Sunday morning for me. So I'm not here to talk shit and have fights and talk shit. I'm actually here. I take a day off work. You're up at midnight nearly in the States spending time with me, because this isn't, if we want a gas bag about who's winning and who's losing, we can do that fucking on DMs. If we want to tell people how to make fucking money, this is where you want to be.
Yeah.
So
for two reasons.
Alvarez.
For two
Fuck
reasons,
me
super
over.
quick. We do money for two reasons. Because, yeah, we have our feelings and our emotions, whatever. They all collide together for good reasons, because these emotions have been very lucrative. We've had very lucrative emotions in our picks over the last, like, year doing this shit together. But, bro, we talk cards. We talk about bigger investments for life beyond your beyond you, for your kin.
Oh,
Like, we're talking about things that last
look at that
forever.
note.
And so, can I just
Everyone
say
just says
that?
this piece. Oh, here we go.
Can I
I'm going to
just say that
swivel
to
it
show
around
you
for
a card
everyone.
real quick, Lethal? Please.
Here we go, everyone. The
Lethal,
swivel.
I've been sweating this card. I want to show you, my man.
Okay, I want to see it.
Yeah.
What is it?
Where the
Is it
fuck
a
the other
one?
top of my
Is
okay,
it
there
a?
it goes.
Is it a auto?
Dude, it's fucking sweet. Hold on. Sit still.
What's sweet? What's sweet? Sweet is. Is it a cheesecake?
I haven't used this one touch. I'm just being extra gentle with
Is
her
it
right
a?
now.
I don't know. I love cheesecake. So fucking, is it a cheesecake sweet? Is it a fucking, I don't know, a rich chocolate? Oh, mud cake sweet. Mud cake. Is it that sweet?
It's pretty
Is
fucking
it like,
sweet.
oh, cheesecake? Raspberry cheesecake. I'm always going to go back to fucking cheesecake. Fucking cheesecake.
Entertain our guests, because I want to
Hmm.
check something. I don't want to
All
close
right.
this and have it be too tight.
So what I'm going to do, I'm going to actually start this off. All right, guys. First fucking fight of the night. We got Melissa Croden, 6-2 in the UFC, and Tahina Lisbo. On Topology, she's quite good looking, right? So Melissa Croden's from Canada. Don't forget, we're in Canada, everyone. So the last two cards, if everyone wants to remember, in Australia, one Australian lost. In Brazil last week, one Brazilian lost. I'm going to Canada. Canada, the first time, 2 events ago, nearly every Canadian loss, include Mike Malott, but Jasmine didn't lose. The last Canadian event, every Canadian won. All right? I'm just going to throw that out right there. So this is a Canadian event. We're at fucking Canada, GSP land, and the first fight is Canada. Debut fight, 6-2, Melissa Croden versus Tahira Lisbo, Brazilian, number 24 bantamweight in the world, not in the UFC, but in the world. So I've done my checkups, and I'm going to tell you what. The odds are Croden, $1.80 to $2.05, so pretty much even. Croden, 6-2 debut. She's won nearly all of her fights by decision. Boring fucking fighter. Then I've gone to fucking like Tahina Lisbo, right? So, and look, last loss, Santos beat Ravina Oliveira, who's fighting on this card this week. Beat Jessica Rose Clark, Aussie, do know her. So she was on a 3-fight win streak. Old mates coming as a debut. 6-2, 7-3. Even Stevens. The odds are even Stevens on this. I'm not taking the Canadian on this. I'm taking the Brazilian by points. I'm going to see this being a boring fight. I'm really wasted my time looking up this fight because it sucks shit, but this is what we have to do. We got to analyze every fucking fight and we got to give it our opinion. So my opinion on this one, what did I write down on my pad? Look, I've already outlined all the winners. See, this is fucking Mystic Mats. They're the winners. I've already done it before even watching the weigh-ins, everything. So here we go. I've got the $2.05 to the $1.80. I've got Tamira Lisbon winning by either sub or decision. That's where I'm at. with the first thing, Toad. So where's your
Okay.
card? That should have bought you enough time, motherfucker.
Oh yeah, no. I just took out a rag and cleaned it up real good. The one-touch
All right.
case.
So
I
what we
wasn't
got?
impressed.
Oh, you got my first pick, everyone. I'm picking. I'm not picking the first Canadian.
I'll tell you my pick after I reveal this card.
I'm picking the Brazilian.
So I just got what I think is one of the case hits from the Tops Now, which is the Lopez and Silva Noche Prism. That's not the card I ordered.
That's only a new release.
That's a brand new release. That's the new 2025
is
Noche.
Is that a knockout? Is that a 25 knockout or what?
No,
is
it's
it?
Noche. It's Noche. That's Silva and Diego Lopez.
The new Noche card. Oh.
Those are big hits. I remember the first one with Marab and Malley. I think that's the case hit. Like, they don't just slip that into every fucking Diego pack. So, boom.
Got that.
We'll fucking take it. So yeah, I'm Should I go through the rest of it, or do you think there could be another card other than this one?
Have you got 2 cards?
Bro, I have 20 cards. They said that had a lucky hit. So those are all going to be what I imagine is going to be the base card.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, these are fresh print. That's why I'm saying this is a nice little shipment today. I'll sweat the rest of that stack on my own there, but there could be a number card in that unless that was indeed the lucky hit. I think it was, so I'll take it.
I like that.
I fucking love that card. I love that fucking card, man. That's my boy. That's me and my goddamn boy versus the world, Lethal. You don't understand how many people were fading people, just like, with Poetan. Calling me a poetard. Like, okay, yeah, sure, whatever you say. Man, did that age well. So anyways, I'm actually fading Lethal in this first fight. I'm going Melissa. I wouldn't be surprised if we, these actual real life crowds. I know it's been a while since we've been back at the Apex, but there's something in common with one of these cities to the next. Doesn't matter where we are in the world. These crowds, they thrive for finishes, and we fucking get them. We get them early more times than not, very early on the prelims, even in women's MMA. And so I actually like the Melissa round 2, round 3 by finish prop. It could be a TKO with some ground and pound. It could be a choke. I don't fucking care. But I'm going to sprinkle ever so slightly on that and take Melissa at like a plus 150 dog I saw her at. So yeah, I think Croden. I'm just more impressed from a physicality standpoint. I'm not super impressed with Lisboa. I think she's been kind of dragged around and had a rough go, especially with some of the grappling. So we'll see what that turns into if this fight goes to the ground. But I still like Melissa even on the feet. The thing I do worry about her, though, is kicks. Lisboa could totally fuck up my game plan with some low kicks early. So we'll see.
What I did write down is Crowden has she finishes it. If she finishes it, it's in round 2 or 3 by TKO. So if you're going to go finish prop, you're going to take an end one on her. She won't do it in the first. It's a tour. She finishes at the end.
And that's not even just this fight, right? Like, I like our round 2, round 3 finishes in women's MMA, because unless it's Amanda Nunes, Kayla Harrison, sometimes the former Wei Lee bullet earlier in her career, unless you're just one of these very unique killers that can rip out the gates and go for it, more times it is a late finish. So yeah, second, third round, let it build up, let it accumulate, but you don't see as many first round women's finishes. So this one does end by a first round finish. Like, I'd honestly be surprised, but money line is always safest in a women's bout. I'm just going to be a little bit more aggressive than usual with some of the bankroll for some opportunities I saw. Plus 1,300, 1,400 round 3 Croden is available. and plus
Ask me
900.
the money lines, too.
Plus
Because
900.
down under here, as you know, I get them one day in front of you. So if you need to know anything, and they're pretty much the same, unless they're wickedly stupid, but if you want to know a money line on any fight, so where will we go on? Melissa Croden, what do you want to know on her? Round 2 or 3, a knockout?
Just finish.
A finish?
Yep. I'm not gonna doubt that she gets like ground and pound and
$3.70. $3.70 to 1. Nearly 4 to 1 for a finish.
yeah, that's not good. Women's, if you can get a women's MMA finish up closer to 1,000, 10 to 1 prop. That's where I take it.
Yeah, so she's by finish $3.70, by decision $2.
I saw round 3 and round 2 at much higher earlier on some other platforms I have access to. The main one I really like to use will drop their methods.
She's $19 to 1 for a round 3 finish. And she is a TKO. Round 3 TKO, she's 19 to 1. Around 2 TKO, she's 14 to 1.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm ready to move up the card, Lethal. Are you all set on this one? Yeah. What are you taking as your official pick and hammer? Have you bet anything?
I'm taking the Brazilian. Done.
Okay. Yep. I'm gonna take Melissa. So right off the gate, already one of us gonna have a win or a loss. So I love it. I'm gonna catch up on chat real quick here too. I got MMA Anomaly stopping in. Who's gonna be the worst top coach in the game? I don't know. I don't mind Hooft. It wasn't really him. He was giving Luque the advice that I was happy to hear, which is, are you done? Because I don't think it would have been smart to sit there and give him false hope. Luque wasn't coming back and winning this fight. He has no edge in that fight in any category at this time in his career, unfortunately. Alvarez is just that guy.
Was done.
So,
he said he was
done. I have a bigger problem with Hooft. I have a bigger problem with Hooft not putting down his foot against the other guy coming up to the cage and telling him, oh, he's got one left. They ran out of time, and so they couldn't talk to Vincent any further, and that's why the fight resumed. Hoof was on a mission to end it. He saw enough. He should have just thrown in the towel, though, too.
Yeah, it was done.
It would have probably happened had the ref decided to let Alvarez sit on fucking Luque's head like a chicken egg for like 2 minutes, 3 minutes, wasting the fight away. All right, catching up with the rest of the chat, I got Tobias stopping. He says, that's a sick fucking card. I agree. It's a very nice card. Even just the ground and pound finish with Silva curling up and Diego just beating the fucking piss out of him, like I said would happen, is a nice card. So maybe there's some other color or numbering in that stack, but I'm not walking away disappointed for the 20 cards I paid for in advance. And then lastly on chat, beautiful. I got BKFC's very own Jared Lenny stopping in. He goes, hey boys, hope all is well. Hits me hammer fire fucking cash bag. Dude, brother, it's been a minute, but I'm always thinking of you. I hope training's going well. You let me know the date, and we're there as always. Much love. And if you guys get a minute, represent a homie in bare knuckle fighting. Man, he goes out on his shield, killer be killed, and that's the kind of fighting I love. So give a follow out to Jared Lennon. But pretty cool doing his damn thing at the top bare knuckle promotion in the world. Go ahead and take it away on this next one, Lethal. I'm going to enjoy myself for a minute here. You go and break into this next fight.
So we finished with the fucking first fight.
Yep.
So I'm going to lead the second fight.
Yep.
This is an interesting one. So this is Azmak Bikayev, Dagestani, 20-3. Big references from Pierre himself. Fucking, this is the dude versus Usiria. And correct me if I'm wrong, anyone online, but fuck, I am from Australia. Balagura Gadana Guna. So that sounds pretty much fucking the same way. That's how it is, all right? So it's Asmat versus
I
Uris.
wasn't ready for that.
Baksagoluri. All right, so we've got a 20-3 Dagestani versus an 8-3 fucking Polish dude. All right? The Dagestani's been fucking referenced by Alex Pereira.
Yeah.
Yeah, like this is the dude.
Yeah. Yep.
He is coming in. Now, this is what I've got on my little blue pad. Okay, so this is what I've got. He's on an 8-fight winning streak. He's $1.34 to $3.28. He's got all the bells and whistles. I will follow a flock of seagulls on this bet for a finish. But I will say one thing. He's fighting a dude that has a 7-inch more reach and is 5 inches more taller. On his fucking, like, just a big monster. But
yeah, you'd be smart to mix it, but that's what most Russians do. You're right. They're not. Yeah. Minus share a bullet, like, you don't really see a fucking Russian sit back and bounce around and try to knock you out at range, right? He's going to be up there trying to sniff some shit, do some shit.
Here without knowing either fighter too well, just going by stats, looking at a little bit of shit today online. I'm taking the fucking favorite by finish, which is jing jing jing. It's not much. I think it's like $2.50 or
plus
something.
Plus 250, 300 is what I was going to say as well.
Yeah. It's jack shit. It's here we go.
Russians by finish are good sometimes, or decision, of course.
Oh, $2.
Yeah,
on the dot.
It's come down. It's come down a little bit. I'll chime in and just talking about one thing other than ethnicity, region of the world. So I can't fucking talk right now. That's not a bad thing, but I look at fight experience too. And dude, they're just different over there. Do you know, like Muay Thai, Thailand fighters are actually gangsters because they have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of fucking fights because they started this shit when they were like 14, 13 years old, etc. Russians kind of do it too. Like, they get out there very early and establish a record. It's just when you start to peel back the layers, you go, who the fuck are these people? And they go, it doesn't matter. He's getting it done.
Chinese and Japanese, like you see the Tyras, and Whaley Zangs. There's cultures that go back. I'm agreeing with you. There's cultures that go back not 30 years of UFC, that go back thousands of years of martial arts, brother.
And that's very true as far as, like, the individual early influences and upbringing and those local gyms and those local schools and whatever they were able to wrestle and train and learn from at a very young age. That's so entirely changed nowadays because of the internet and shit like that. But when I look at these fighters, Lethal, we haven't really talked about it yet, but a lot of these fighters are my age. Like, they are 35 on their way out or, are climbing and knocking on that door soon. And I can't help but think that, man, growing up, I went through such a transition between the internet not really being a thing, right, to all of a sudden we're young kids. We're young kids pioneering and engineering it, too, to be cool and, what we want to do with it. And at the end of the day, man, when fight videos started breaking out online and people really were getting drawn into it from that standpoint and being like, oh man, like, yeah, people that look at this guy in this fight, he trained wrestling. He was able to take him down and cover himself up, and you start seeing all these different transitions early before people are even thinking about a fight career, boxing, any of that. That's all like after the fact. I'm talking about young kids are learning these skills at a young age, but it happened through life experience. It happened through, you know what I mean? Not everybody nowadays, you're all wrestling. You're all taking BJJ. You're all doing fucking everything. And that's why you have your Ilya Taporias and guys coming up that are absolutely fucking scary. But this generation, if you're a fighter in the plus 30s, man, your youth was kind of taken from you from what the new generation has coming. Like, you know what I mean?
Brother,
you have half the fight career.
When I was growing up,
that's it.
And I'll say this at respect. If you ever watch this, because I've got you on Facebook, Todd Jackson, you were fucking 17, second degree black belt, teaching your own classes. I haven't seen you in years, but you know what I mean? Martial arts, that's where we go, mate. It's not karate, because karate was the thing. That was the dude. If you were a second degree black belt at 17, you just don't fuck with that cunt at all. But nowadays, do you know what? A guy that does MMA for 2 years in a gym would fuck up a Wonder Boy. I still believe that, because karate is limited to skills.
Yeah.
It's limited to what they teach you. They only teach you MMA. They teach you the ability to open your mind and go from feeling. They don't teach you katas in MMA. You go to MMA gym and do katas? No. You go to MMA gym and actually fight. You spar. You do jiu-jitsu. You don't sit there doing fucking katas for 3 hours, you know, and I'm not going to give any shit to people that do katas for 3 hours, but they just don't work in the real life.
Yeah.
Just don't.
Yeah. Shit. I want to give another shout out to Lenny in chat. He said he's about to head out. Don't blame me there, brother. That absolutely indicates you're in the training mode. Got shit going on. So love to see the activity, man. Like I said, give me a date. Let me know what you got planned. Keep your shit moving. You got our support over here for sure. But he does want to chime in on as far as the bets. You guys, I just want to say fight won't go the distance with Bruno Silva at -150. Much love, brothers. Talk soon. And he also adds lethal spitting facts. So, yeah, I agree. It's just a different time period is all I can say. So any of these like older fighters in their plus 30s or so, you know what I mean? It's such an interesting thing when you break down their early fight careers and their influences and what they actually know and did in school versus after, you know. But some of these dudes been training young. Osmot's one of those. So I got to go with the fight experience. It's an easy pick for me. I'm not going to go super crazy on the finish though. But I am going to take him. So if I was to go the finish route, I'd go submission probably. I'd see it on the ground via submission, but man, you never know. You might get Joel Alvarez. That's all I got to say. So, all right. You guys ready to go? Move on to the next fight?
Yep.
All right. Next, we got Stephanie.
One,
yeah, absolutely. I'm going to pick up some steam here and we'll blast through the rest of the shit. We got Stephanie Luciano taking on Ravena Oliveira. Yeah, I like Luciano. I'm not super like convinced on a method or anything on this one. I'll see what, again, second, third round methods are cooking up. You're going to get some of the craziest method props in women's MMA, but they're more times than not bigger darts on the board.
So what do you want to know, Toad? What methods do you want to know, brother?
I'm not really interested in like I said, a stake on this fight. I do got Stephanie, but unless you're giving me Mad Bucks, I don't know, by decision or a fucking submission here as well. I really don't know.
Okay, you've got Oliveira by points, $5.80. Submission, $11. TKO, $13. You got
what's Oliveira by knockout? 11. What's Oliveira by knockout? She pulls the upset.
$13 to 1.
Yeah, so sprinkle on that. Everyone just sprinkle on that. Now if we go to Stephanie and she gets it done by either decision or knockout, what's her props on those?
Which one? Which one do you want?
For Stephanie, we're going to bet on both sides because they gave us a 17-1, which is the only route to victory.
Stephanie knockout is $7 to 1.
Not bad. So play both of those, and what's Stephanie's decision? Or knockout and decision?
She's not good. $1.75, brother.
What's her knockout and decision? We're about to make money regardless, I think, on this. Hold on. They do this shit. They give you that crazy prop that allows you to play one half of it.
Knockout and decision, $1.44.
Oh, yeah. So let's have a fun one, boys. Fuck the decisions. It ain't paying you shit, but guess what? It is the safest. It's women's MMA, and I hate to do it again early to myself, but I actually like the fade with Oliveira by knockout at plus 1,700 from a sprinkle standpoint. And if you want to have some fun with me, I will probably throw my pick as well as parlay piece, Luciano, into a parlay piece for... It's got to be a knockout, or I don't want her on my as a parlay piece. Just as a big juicer, plus 700 is good. I'll take that, and then we'll have like a fun early cycle parlay or something stupid as fuck. But we've been doing pretty good on methods too.
So all this I predicted before. Everyone have seen this live. There's no blue text here, right? There's only a fucking pen. So with that being said, I have predicted right here, you won't see it, but it says Rivina Oliveira by TKO. I even wrote down by left hand. Okay? I don't know why I did that.
It'd be a great win for her, but yeah, man, that's a tough thing because A, it's women's MMA, and B, it's you got to be in the UFC and establish yourself here with wins in the UFC a ton.
And like I'm going to tell everyone,
a fucking loss.
I don't put all my money into what I'm talking about is just fun fights for me and Toad. I don't know about Toad. I know it's fun fights for him, but the money is when we get into the main cards and shit. But right now, I'm doing this for you guys. If I have to pick one, I'm picking Oliveira, right?
Yeah.
But this is not how I'm making my money. I'm not making it off the fights that I really don't give a fuck about. I'm just making it off the fights that I give a fuck about. Does that make sense, Toad?
Yeah. So you're taking Oliveira as a pick, though?
Yeah.
Okay.
All day.
I'm gonna take Stephanie. So we'll just have our women's fights be our fade so far for the most part, and we'll move up the card. All right. So we got Kyle Propalik taking on Drew fucking Bomber Dober. This dude has been hit by several bombs, and yet we all wonder the same question. Does Drew Dober have his fucking chin? Because he certainly gets dropped at times, but then he's pretty resilient and tough when he does to make these fights kind of extend out. And, you know, he's just the kind of guy you're not seeing get flatlined. You think to yourself, Drew's tough. Well, being tough doesn't win fights, and I hate that at this stage in his career, but I do respect it's against very high level, top of the division guys. And when I say top of the division, you're also talking about literally one of the most gangster weight classes in MMA history at the UFC, especially 155 pounds is the car crash division, home of Justin Gaethje, Dustin, Max moving up to join the fun, as well as Volk, who are wonderful car crashers and demolition derby drivers at featherweight. But man, you got all these fucking scrappers. Do Bronx, Chandler. Again, I said Dustin, but you know, you have all these gangsters. McGregor was here for a minute. And they love to go toe-to-toe and just let it out. Because unlike 205 heavyweight, these guys just don't get one-hit quit. Like it is, you don't see the one-hitter quitters like you do at 185 plus. You don't have your Gutierrez. Like, I would love to see a 155-pound of Francis Ngannou's little cousin, like coming out just starching motherfuckers in every car crash. I would love to see it. But the reality is, it doesn't really quite happen unless you're telling me that's fucking Ilya. Because that's a possibility too. And man, would that be a weird thing? Because he was already kind of small at featherweight. There's some big fuckers, like look at Dan Hooker. So I could go all fucking day about my favorite division and fucking MMA in the UFC. But I will say this, Drew Dober, he can give it. He absolutely can fucking give it. And I know Kyle can send it. So I kind of like this fight to end by a finish as just a fun prelim. I know Drew's tough, but Kyle has a possibility of knocking him here as well. And Drew, he'll eat it to give it. And so I could see Drew Dober hitting a huge counter knockout and just sending it right back with his Buzz Lightyear fucking head and chin. His little fucking Kyle Berhalio chin of his. So I'm just going to say Dober's going to be a pick from a safety stance. I got to, respect the fact he's been there with the better dance partners and is still rocking. But again, from a bet standpoint, this is another one. If you're giving me crazy high props with Kyle by finish. Yeah, you're good. If you're giving me crazy high props on fucking Kyle to pull the upset, sure, we might sprinkle on that, but I expect Dober to have them to have enough respect for Dober to keep those props kind of pretty high. But distance, no, I think is going to be the safest one here. It's hard to ride the guy also on a 3-fight streak to, 2 of the 3 stoppages being the most recent 2 over the last year. So tough to say, man, but yeah. I think this Kyle dude could be a problem on the feet, so it's a very scary pick for Dober. And this guy will have to do one of the hardest things it is to do at the UFC level, and that's fraud. Get fraud checked. I will love to see Dober do that, but I am gonna shut up and just say, yup. That's the worry of mine. Is Dober on the feet is just been scary. All right, what do you got for me, Lethal? All right, I was looking at a still frame over here where he was frozen, looking at me, so. He's taking care of his dog. I hope you guys are doing great. We hit a fucking wonderful case hit UFC Noche 2025 of Diego and Silva. I'm going to have that up on IG here in a little bit, as well as the rest of those cards. So Lethal's going to go ahead and let me know what the Boy Scout says is going to happen.
All right. So everyone, that was my dog. Look how big it is. Anyway. I've got a really good prop for everyone. Okay? So before, when I initially did this, Drew Dober, as soon as I saw the name Drew Dober, I'm going, it's Drew Dober.
It's a good reflex to have until it's not.
That guy's a fucking stud. He's an absolute fucking stud. All right? He's a great fucking racehorse. I'm going Canada. I'm going Kyle. Right? I'm taking his last loss was against BSD. Then he had a cancelled bout. He won by TKO in 24 of June the 8th. Then another cancelled bout. This is Kyle, right?
Yep.
Then he won by TKO, head punches and kicks, cancelled bout. Then won by TKO, head kick. Then he lost, right? But he's basically he doesn't turn up to work. He takes a lot of sickies, right? So this is why I do this, right? This guy's coming to work this week. He decided he wants to come to work. It's in Canada. He's at 5-1 in Australia. Just to win. Drew Dober has had a couple of bad losses in the last year. Been knocked out. Right?
Yeah.
At 5-1. I'm going to take my next one against you. Not women fights or anything. I'm taking the 495 that has cancelled every single fight for 3 years to come back in front of his crowd and actually win by TKO. Because Drew Dober is a stud. But he's been reckless lately.
I know. That's why I'm saying it's a very scary fight to sit there and say I'm going to put money on Dober versus the fight to end by a finish, because I could respect the finish occurring on both sides. And as you know, Lethal, it's a very emotional topic. If you saw the beginning of this episode where so many people are going to sit there and argue between, a piss contest and a fucking shit contest. And I'm going to literally sit here and say, you guys, we can all make money and it can be either or. Because let's just respect the fact that this is going to be a beautiful car crash. And no one else seems to bet it with me.
Two big long shots this card. Like two of my ones that I'm going to put money on myself. Not just talk about it. And, people on the shit, they talk about it. But we don't know where they put it on. Few people show their posts. 90% don't. You've taught me to show my posts, which I have.
I didn't even share my bets. I didn't even share my bets from like the last two cards or trading cards or anything. I'm going to at least do the trading cards, but like I'm sitting here right on the podcast talking with you, Lethal. I'm telling you exactly like this is the fighter, how they win. This is how they get it done. Mate, and we're printing money, I'm just gonna keep doing it. I guess
$4.95 Canadian that hasn't fought for 3 years and cancelled 50 fucking fights. Not 3 years, but like a year and a half. Cancelled fucking 40 fights. But someone went, "Oi, do you want to get out of bed? You want to fight in front of your home crowd in Canada? You're really good." Every time you do fight, you knock cunts out. So I'm thinking this is a moment. Now, I will say this. On my legend parlay, to get the whole 13 fights, I'm fucking putting Drew Dober.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Here's the thing about anyone picking Dober. He's not the kind of guy you're going out there seeing get completely flatlined up to this point in his career. Again, the question is, does he still have his shin because he's getting finished in his last few? But up to this point, he's a guy that will fight for your money. I've never had money on Dober that I sat there being like, oh man, I can't believe I got my money on this guy. He goes out there, he gets after it, he understands the assignment. It's just he's had some tough tests. And so Kyle might be looking really good on sheet paper right now. But the difference between Dober and Kyle is they've taken only completely different tests their whole lives, right? So this isn't as much of a test for Dober. This is a quiz. This is just a little pop quiz. And he might just smash through and remind the world why he's been at the lightweight division in UFC for as long as he has, holding it down against some pretty respectful guys. So, yeah, I'm going to go Dober as a pick. And like I said, if I like a prop high enough, because they're certainly not going to give me that respect with Dober's money. If I see a prop high enough with Kyle, sure. But I'm not thinking that as a parlay piece or anything. I mean, I'll just take the fight to end by a finish, the fight to end by a knockout.
Kyle is a one-off piece. Kyle is if you have a spare 50 on you and you want to fucking put it on 7-1 that the Canadian will actually finish Drew Dober, who's been finished quite lately because he's been reckless. Only if you have a spare 50. If you actually want to win money, I'm going Drew Dober because he's been knocked out and he's not going to do this shit. What do you got?
Those are all my Noche Diego Lopez. All rest-based cards, but there's 19 of them. That's Diego knocking out Silva on the ground. The TKO stoppage more so, but that was after the spinning back elbow. I wish it would have been a picture of the spinning back elbow, but it's probably so fucking blurry. Him like sitting there fucking lunging back and throwing that shit. But that would have been the shit.
Fast. It was like Bruce Lee. It was so fast the cameras couldn't even catch it.
I promise you that because I did try to go and still frame it as a photo on my wall for my office. But too blurry. Diego's too good with it. So, anyways,
so I'm going Dober, but I'm putting 50 at 7-1 out of my money, and I will post that loss. And I actually, if I don't post it, everyone, then you'll know I don't do it. It didn't happen. But I'm going to put 50 on that fucking dude propelling, and his record shit as fuck. But this fight is still not important enough to keep on talking about.
Yeah, I'm already pulled up on the other fight waiting for you, so let's go ahead and get into the next one. I got Danny Barlow taking on Jordan Santos. Barlow, he's had a tough go out that most recent fight. Patterson was expected to get it done, being just a grappler. And he came out and showed the world he had hands too at range. Barlow shows that, well, he can have a war with Josh Quinlan, but all it takes is that one zappy punch, and you can certainly get fucking starched up too. So, I think Barlow's got a lot to prove in this comeback fight. I do like him. Anytime he's on the feet, if he's able to keep it there. Santos, still another really good test for him. This guy can mix it. The grappling will be there. I think the game plan should be to go and get Barlow on the ground. But, man, ever since those scrambles with Quinlan, I always felt like Danny Barlow would be able to pass a test like this early in the welterweight division. So I'm gonna go Danny Barlow by knockout. I think we get that left hand from God. He's had some time to heal up, recover. I think he comes back, looks good. Give me your breakdown and pick for this one.
Brother, I've written the same thing. Danny Barlow, TKO.
Nice.
But what I did find interesting, because you brought up the submissions of Santos.
Yeah.
Right, his ground game. What I did find interesting by odds is Danny Barlow is paying $10 for a submission, while Santos is paying $13. So the Seagulls are respecting Danny Barlos's submission game here, right, over Santos's submission game, which I just found that interesting. Does the left hand of God actually have? I haven't seen the submission game properly.
I mean, here's the thing. Can I chime in super quick on this? So, does Yuri have a great submission game, or is Yuri a great striker?
Yuri's crazy, but no submission game.
Okay, so let's stop real quick. I'm going to make this a super quick example. Lethal, I'm going to make this a very quick example. So, I agree too. Yuri doesn't have a submission game. Did he submit Glover Shera?
Yes.
And why did that happen?
Because Glover was old and tired at the fifth round.
No, because he was getting fed on shots. And so my thing is, you can have a submission on your record and be a knockout artist in a fight, an MMA fight, a non-boxing bout. Your opponent can give up their back to you and shell up and coil up because you're beating the shit out of them. And a rear naked choke is pretty universal. If you had to take one finish that was a submission, that more times than not, somebody could be fucking concussed, having a hard time on the ground, and that came up behind them, they're probably just quitting.
There's one fight that the submission was never expected, was by Yuri, right? And the props on Yuri for that day, because I remember checking them on my end, you know what they were? 34-1.
I got paid, right? Lethal, I bet it.
Yeah.
It was 50-1.
But this time,
it was 50-1 in the United States.
Have a better submission game than fucking Barlow, but Barlow's got better odds on the submission than Santos. I'm just wondering what the flop.
That's some stupid shit, though. I'm saying that, yes, it's true. Barlow has a submission on his record. Is he a submissionist? No. Is he going to then challenge someone from Brazil of all fucking nationalities to challenge them on the ground in some kind of submission? Like, unless it was a standing guillotine or a rear naked choke in which Santos was fucked up, I just don't see Danny Barlow even attempting one, man. He's going to throw them hands till the fight's done, and that's just his style. I talked with Left Hand from God before he even came in the UFC. So he's had a little bit of a rough patch in this last fight. Again, I think he makes the adjustment. Yeah, but I'll take the fight to end by a finish here too, and I'll probably take Santos by a submission prop at 13-1 to offset my bet to if it does hit, you know what I mean? Not that Barlow can't get hit by a finish, as we know, so maybe even submission or knockout by Santos just to juice it up. But if we're going by damage and rounds, I think Barlow's going to get it done or make the adjustment.
Yeah,
so
all day. Wrote it down on the pad, brother.
Awesome.
On the pad.
Sweet. Moving up the card, I got it right here. I've had the pad all day. I wish I had the time to have pen and paper out for my shit, but it's right here, me thinking about it at work, like, oh yeah, this is how I see it go. So, I got
Come on, man. I smoke billies and drink piss, and I'm 52, so my memory's sort of going a little bit, but that's why I have pen and paper. At least I admit.
No, hey. do what works for you. All right, so we got the Bruno Silva fight taking on Hyun-Sung Park. Man, Park, big upset that last time out. Got hit with that face kick cranked by my boy Tatsuro Taira, who's one of my favorite prospects coming into UFC. I think he's the gangster flyweight, not Joshua Van personally. But anyways, yeah. He's got a bit of fight in him. He's good at scrambling. Silva, he's going to come out there and be a fucking bulldog, literally as the name suggests. And this is another fight I just love. Fight not to go the distance. And to echo our boy Lenny stopping in, he said at -150, that's his hammer of the week as well. So let's fucking go. Robbie in chat saying that Canelo Alvarez fucked up his parlay that day. He had Diego and Canelo. I also had a Canelo and Diego, but I got Diego and fucking Tom Aspinall pending, so I'm ready to hit that. I got that pending for quick little 2-unit hit.
Oh, have you still got a bet pending?
Yeah, I got Diego and Tom Aspinall pending right now.
Oh, boo. Nice.
Two guys that you ask me any day, like, are they winning a fight in their division? I'll tell you yes, unless it's Volkanovski. But yeah, how do you got this fight? This should be a good little tussle. I respect the finish here.
I'm taking Park by sub. Okay, look.
Park by finish, maybe.
He's going to come out and show more from the first one. I think he's going to do it.
Yeah, Park by finish, man, because Silva can be subbed too. Subbed in.
Okay, so if I'm going to give you Park by any finish, just by finish. Here we go. Should have done this before. Sorry, team.
Oh, you're good. He's going to be a favorite, so I'm expecting like still 100.
$2.30, so 2.25.
That's good.
2.25 to what you put in. So $1 gets you $2.25 back. But by submission,
he's a good parlay piece. $3.
A $4 parlay piece on Park to finish the fight.
Yeah.
Like
I gotta go by finish for the like -200 less. It's safer and it respects it. But yeah, it should be a good war. I do like the fight not to go distance here, so I'm gonna have a couple no-nos down the line where there's gonna be several fights I don't expect to go to the judges. This is gonna be one of those. So, yeah, I'm going Park by pick as well. I'm not super convinced on how it would end, submission or knockout, but we'll see.
Yeah, points is always good on a fight like this too. Don't forget. Like if you're gonna go Park, don't forget points, because honestly, sometimes.
Well, he's a -250 favorite, so if you're getting plus 250 by finish, and that's the way I see it happening, either a submission or knockout. Yeah, I'll win by points if he doesn't get it done, but he should be winning the rounds based on damage and submission attempts.
$3.15. So it's all about the same, like, but it's $1.38 for Park, just all round, no fucking finish, like.
Yeah, I said Park was a good parlay piece.
Destroying this guy within the second round, third round. In theory,
Park by a fucking Park by parlay piece. Just pretty safe leg. But I take that back. Sorry. I like distance no as even safer in that fight. I don't see that one go to the judges.
Distance is good. Trust me on distance. Think of this as a point fight. Park, the last fight went nearly to the end. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
He's only new. He's still working this shit out. I'm just thinking, yeah, maybe a second. If it's going to finish, he'll finish in the third round.
That's typically how flyweights work. You know, they are second to third round finishers more times than first, as we know. That was also a 5-round fight, and Park was the one coming forward trying to crash and bang. So if Bruno meets him in the center of that, we could see an early finish. So I'm not getting round invested in this, but I am getting invested in the
No.
finish throughout 15 minutes. So, all right, moving up the
Again.
card, we got Charles Jourdain taking on Davy Grant. Davy's actually been one of these guys that, late in his career, one of the unks at the barbecue that's been really showing up, impressing me, having really good output, scrambling well, his cardio, able to just, show that he's there all 15 minutes. And it's tough because you got Charles Jourdain, where a lot of us, 2023, were riding pretty high in this guy, achieving and doing a bit more than what really happened. At bantamweight, it's been a tough division, losing a couple of split decisions, but that's against a sniper. There's no disrespect there. And then he got knocked out by Gene Silva, so again, no disrespect there, but man, that guy puts out fucking everybody and does some severe damage. Victor Henry, I remember this win and having Jourdain on this and was pretty happy. My biggest thing is, man, I'm not super scared of the car crash that Henry brings. Henry's pretty good in and out, using his low kicks, mixes it up. Davies going to come forward and just be really ugly and reckless and in his face, and basically, especially in enemy territory, tell himself, if I don't get this knockout, I probably lose. Jourdain's going to be able to grapple a lot better, and I think if they're on the feet, it's going to be kind of a nice exchange, both men having success. It's tough. I got to go Jourdain, being in his home territory and respecting the level of guys he's lost to. I still think he's better than where he's at now. And no disrespect to Davy Grant, because that guy's been looking really fucking good. So I want to know, this is a completely down the middle 50-50 Tapology pick. 50% are split. What do you got for me on this one, Lethal?
So, my brother, I am a Charles Jourdain fan. Here's Jourdain. That guy's got all the skills. He's one of the most well-rounded fighters in the UFC.
Yeah.
Honestly, he really is. In every weight division, I think he's great. Davy Grant. Now, Charles Jourdain is pretty. He looks pretty when he fights. He looks awesome. You could put the cunt in a movie. Davy Grant doesn't. I'm going to go back to you. Doesn't look pretty, brother. He's a fucking grinder.
Yeah.
I've seen Davy Grant grind out so many decisions.
He's tough, too. He can
Right?
take it. Like, he doesn't quit.
And I'm going to throw one thing in here. I know he hasn't got that many subs to his game. I'm looking him up right now. It's either before the UFC. Decision, TKO, sub. He hasn't got much going. He beat Blackshear, decision. Tavares, decision. Isenko, triangle choke. Then he won by Smoker, Lewis Smoker, TKO. Then he lost to Yaraz, Vera, but then he beat Jonathan Martinez with a hook. What I'm saying about Davy Grant, the cunt's all over the place.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's kind of got like that second wind. He's got that second wind at this stage in his career. I'm going to
sort of sit back on this one. Now, all day, my senses is going Charles Jourdain. I just did say he is one of the best fighters. So how can I bet on Davy Grant, you're wondering? Because that's where I'm going.
Because the props are so fucking high? That's my guess.
Actually, they're not. Davy Grant is $2.39 to $1.59. His finish, I'm going more Davy Grant by points.
Yeah.
This fight, Davy Grant, I have seen. He will grind this shit out. This is my prediction. Here we go, guys. Charles Jourdain's going to fly around the ring. Down, like a kitten. Davy Grant is going to catch the kitten. He's going to drive it into the ground and tire it out. I believe Davey Grant's got this by decision.
That'd be
I think he's
that'd be the way I'd
grind it
expect him
out.
to win. That'd be the way I'd expect him to win if he pulled the upset. I'd
Look,
have an easier time believing it.
Look, it's a fight that I think Charles Jourdain, matching-wise, actually has a fucking problem with. Charles Jourdain would rather fly around the ring with another kitten. This isn't a kitten.
Well, the thing is,
Davey
he
Grant is
hasn't
no
exactly had nothing but lions. You got Sean Woodson, who's got one of the biggest physicality advantages in any weight class in fucking MMA, period. And you got Gene Silva, which it takes a fucking loaded gun like Diego Lopez to put out cold. So I got no disrespect to Jourdain. I was just saying, like, man, we all expected
No,
him to do and be
mate, I'm
much
all
further than
good
where
with
he's at.
Jourdain on my legend parlay, but I will tell you what, on Davey Grant by decision. All right, because I can see him dragging it out, going into the waters.
How about fight?
because
How about
that's what
just
he-
fight to go the distance, Lethal? I'll kind of wrap up on what I was saying, and you look up that prop for me. I respect these guys.
370.
Yeah, I like that. I like fight to go the distance and respect both guys having the ability to go there. Both guys really needing this win in a way. And yeah, I'm going to go Jourdain based on the level in which he's struggled, and definitely the youth, man. He's got a decade in youth that should be able to help him better into the second, third round as he mixes it. Grant won't slow down, but if Jourdain can invest and do some things early, leg kicks, do anything he can to just kind of wear at Grant to make this less ugly over 15 minutes.
If Jourdain finishes Grant in the first round,
Also, you got to think about hometown
should
fucking
retire.
robbery. You got to think about hometown robbery. Like, that shit happens. So, Jourdain's a pick, but yeah, to Lethal's point, from a money standpoint, maybe Grant's got some good value to sprinkle. All right. What do you got for me on this one? And then I'll let you start the next one for me.
look. So when I look at cards, again, we talked about Australia card, Brazilian card. Australian card, 1 Australian loss out of 13 fights. Brazilian card, 1 Brazilian loss out of 13. We're in Canada. There's 7 Canadians fighting here, okay? 7. That's it, out of 13 fights. So Melissa Croydon was 1. Then we've got Kyle Propolic as 1. Charles Jourdain. Now we're at Cole Nelson versus Matt Frivola. All right, they gave Matt Frivola BSD. That's the last time I saw Matt Frivola. They had the French army versus the American army. That's how they fucking promoted. What a stupid promotion to start with, you fucking idiots, right? 2 fighters. Jesus Christ. By the way, Dana, love your guts, but don't fucking promote that bullshit, okay? Keep it real. Keep it to the fucking fights. And by the way, I'm going to say this. Don't put your ice fucking bullshit on my fucking TV screen in Australia. Don't. Because you know what? If you guys want to fucking kill each other, go ahead. But I don't want to see fucking masked men beating up fucking Yanks, my friends in their country. So don't put that shit on a fucking pay-per-view on any fucking card anymore. You suck Donald's dick. I know you do. All day. But if you put one more ice, fucking shit. I live in Australia. I don't give a fuck, you fucking Yanks. Kill each other. I don't agree with what you're doing, you fucking wanker.
I agree.
But if I see that shit again, oh my God. You would nearly use a UFC fan, so don't. You want to suck his dick? Go to Mar-a-Lago with Epstein files, suck his dick.
No, he's too busy sucking Johns. He's too busy
Don't
sucking
put
John's
that shit-
Lethal. I'd like to get through these picks. I appreciate
Mate,
you. It was good.
Don't put that shit on there, motherfucker. Anyway,
All right.
with that being said,
Thanks for leading the charge,
I'm
Lethal.
supporting you cunts from down under, by the way. Fuck that shit. Charles Jourdain, next one.
Yeah,
Matt
go ahead.
Army. I'm taking Cole Nelson. Huh. I love you cunts over there. But don't fucking make me watch that shit.
You're good. I don't condone it either. I don't have control over that shit. Go yap to fucking Dana White. He's
I am.
I know.
He doesn't answer my calls though. I ring him. I call him. You know what?
He doesn't do shit. You got to go find that fucking lady who's at every goddamn presser telling him what people in the crowd says because he's too fucking retarded to process it the first time he hears it. Anyways, back to the fights.
Look, Matt Revolver, they promoted it America against France. Okay, that's where I was going. Sorry. So let's do the whole American SAS versus French. American Marine versus French SAS. Firstly, I'll take an SAS soldier over a Marine all day. More highly trained. Okay, Marines are just soldiers. Then you have fucking Green Berets, and so there's levels to this shit. So I'll take the thing. So Matt Revola, I'm not going to take the American hype. I know though, your jiu-jitsu is there, dude. This is the thing. Like you've got it, but. I'm taking Cody Gibson. I'm taking the fucking Cody. He is wrestling. Matt Frivola is. I don't even think I have one in my entire room. So who the fuck is that guy? Let's get the fuck out of that cup. Let's fuck that fight off.
I'll help pick through this fight with you. So yeah, like 70% of people have Matt. I got Frivola winning the fight. Nelson. He has like good scrambles, but when people can put it on him on the feet, match him because he is tough. But if you're tough too and can put it on him, he does tend to break over the course of second, third rounds. So I like second, third round finish by Frivola. I do respect Nelson being tough enough to get me through at least one, but I do expect Matt to get the knockout, and it's gonna be.
If you're gonna take it, I'll take Matt Frivola by submission.
Well, you take Matt by finish, but I want to see the individual props to see if it's worth the sprinkle on the knockout too, because I think it's going to be a nice car crash here. Now, this fight not to go 15 minutes, I think is another good one. I wouldn't include it in all my distant parlays because, again, Nelson is pretty fucking tough, and Matt, it's not like Matt's looking like a fucking god in his last two performances, despite they're against really good guys, and he puts it on people previously pretty good.
Frivola's got a $5.30 points.
Okay.
A $9 submission.
Yes.
And a $3.35 TKO.
What's his submission and knockout?
So if we go to double chance, $2.55, 2.5.
So I personally would do Matt by a finish. As a parlay piece, and then a sprinkle on the submission, and then distance, no. Unless you're telling me Kyle's got some spectacular fucking knockout prop being a dog.
I'm just saying it's in Canada. Like, again, this is a fight that doesn't interest me.
Yeah.
I'm in Canada. What I do know, right? I know on this card, out of 7 Canadians fighting, 5 are going to win. I'm going to call that right now.
Yeah.
They're not all going to win. Kyle Proporek was probably be one. And this is the other one I actually put a cross on, Cole Nelson, because I always put a bet on every single fighter from the country. I always do that. I do that for horseplay, right? So for horseplay, I always put a bet on for every single fighter from that country.
Can I chime in real quick?
7 fighters on it. The odds on Matt Frivola, even Stevens, they're $2 to $1.90. So even the flock of seagulls, don't know how this fight's going to go.
But Lethal, can I just chime in real quick? I think it's not like I expect Matt to come out and do this in such conviction that Nelson doesn't have a chance at it, this fight. At the end of the day, it is MMA. It is a fight. And if you're telling me there was one Canadian leg that could, totally hit, Nelson is part of that conversation. Sure, it's not like I'm sitting here like, oh man, I'm so
He's
convinced Kyle
actually not.
loses. It's just at the end of the day, I got to make a pick, and I respect the
I am
damage.
not, brother. I'm going to say this out loud. I am no Kyle Nelson fan at all, but I'm no Matt Raffola fan at all. So I'm sort of like caught. So what I am going to do is I'm going to go country, fighting, location, right? I'm going to take stats and probability and maths. 7 Canadians fighting on this card. There's only been once when every single one lost except Jasmine. And then the last card, every single one won except one. So I'm just going, is it going to be a perfect card? No. Is it going to be for them, for the 7 fighters? Is it going to be perfect for them? No. This is that fight. I've got Propolic as the one, obviously, which we talked about before, and I have got Gibson. But with that being said,
Sorry, you kind of went all over the place and then transition. Hold on, Lethal, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, perfectly.
Okay, sorry, I was just making sure. You kind of went on a 2-fight long rant there for a minute, so I didn't realize you switched up the card. I'm driving the ship just so I can make sure the graphics synced up to the conversation, so you let me know when you're done with the pick and we'll proceed on. But yeah, I appreciate you kind of weighing in.
So mean to me sometimes, Toad.
Huh?
So mean.
No. I'm just letting you know I'm trying to transition the screen. So let me just take the keys to the castle real quick to do that part, and we're good. And I didn't realize you just switched up to the next fight without doing a proper shout out. So you're good. Much love.
You know me, Toad. I just jump from left to right.
You're good, man. You're bouncing all over the place. You got money all over the place. Let's have fun. Let's do it.
Let's get to the fucking fights.
Let's get to the fucking fight. I'm gonna get through it. So here we go. We got Cody Gibson taking on the fucking Mongolian murderer. This is another fight that the Mongolian murderer will come out with bad intent, and Gibson is fucking tough. Is the issue with him? He can fucking take it a bit. He puts it out, but he's not a killer by any means. So really weird fight. I felt throughout the last couple days thinking about this one. I am not convinced if we do get a finish. If we don't, I'm not super convinced with Gibson, but he's the kind of guy that would clench up right off to the sides, put on standing control time, hit little knees, hit basic combinations and volume. But dude, if there is a finish here, I gotta go Mongolian murderer pulling something crazy, some snappy ass knee, elbow, TKO. submission. Yes. Yeah, but I do see Mongolian murderer coming out with just something fucking nasty. And this whole playing it safe shit with Gibson is gonna eat him in the ass when he eats something big. So it's is he tough? Yes. Could it be something snappy? Yes, but that's how. If I had to give you an exact pick and how, that's how. But man, I'm not super sold on this one being this or that way. I think we could be in for a 15-minute weird fight that just honestly sucks if Gibson fights the way he does.
Even though we're in the main card, I still think I'm talking about a fucking prelim fight.
Yeah.
Right? So this is how bad this card actually is, everyone. To let everyone know. We went to Canada, and this is pretty one of the most shittiest cards
Australia
I've had to go through.
Australia.
Right?
Australia's.
Right? Yeah.
That was the shittiest
card, one. Right? Really, really shitty. So, with that being said, I don't like Cody Gibson. You bore me. if you want to wrestle, go back to wrestling and win an Olympic gold medal and be a fucking wrestler like Henry Cejudo did. Unless you can't do that or you can't do this, go and serve burgers. Get the fuck out the
Dude,
ring.
I think
I'm taking the
Cejudo would have
fucking
been fucked in like modern day MMA. Like his early
mate.
wrestling advantage won him so many like just fights, honestly.
I'm taking the fucking Mongolian fucking murderer, killer, fucking Genghis Khan destroyer. He's actually on a little bit of a run. He was low. Who the fuck was that guy? But he's popping his little fucking turtle fucking head out. You know when you have a shit
He's
and your
got
little
two
turtle head
he's
hangs
got like
out?
two
He's
respectful
popping his head
losses.
out, brother.
He's
Popping his head out. He's making a bit of a fucking. You gotta wipe that ass. That guy's got something going on. So I'm taking the Mongolian, mate. I'm doing it.
Yeah, and again, I think people would be a little higher on this guy, but you know, he lost his hobby by TKO, and then he had the no contest with Daniel Marcos, and then he had the loss with Rosas Jr., which, hey, at least he wrote it out and didn't get submitted, because, I mean, so many of us were sad we didn't get our submission money with Rosas Jr. on that fight, and that's props to this guy being, like you said, a bit of a gangster. So I got to go murder as well. I think we get it done. Moving up the card. Now, they have it divided up, by the way. That was the top at the prelims for me.
Finally!
So that was
the big money, bro.
Yeah.
This is the big money fight. This is the money. This is where I make $1,000, and I've already sent you my picks for it.
Yep. If anyone knows the Toad, Jasmine Jazadivius, she's a proud warrior of our Mud Hut community, along with some other Niagara Top Team folk and some BKFC and some One Championship and some UFC. So we got a lot of love from all over the place. And Jasmine, she's a fun, silent observer in the community, and we've been rooting her long before, you know, this shit even got, you know, stood up in this last however many months. And so I like that Jasmine's one of those girls. She'll go out there, she'll actually just go for the finish very early while you're dry, and more times than not get the takedown and start threatening that submission right away. We're ending round ones with like fucking submission sweats and shit like that. Like, Jasmine is a fun fighter, the way she goes out there and just powers down these women. Now, if we all pop the hood, we know that Manon used to have a cock, and she had to get some surgery to get that shit removed to be that size, because she is very fucking big and strong. And Blanchfield went from being like a very good grappler and wrestler to looking like she had no fucking idea what she was doing, and continued to lose the fight on the feet, where this fucking man seems to excel pretty well in the boxing, as we can all imagine. Now, what I like about Jasmine is she ain't gonna just sit there and let somebody hit her. She likes to fucking open up and have little flurries and sequences too, and that's why Jasmine all fucking day, I don't give a fuck what the props are. I don't even need to look at them. I know that people are so high on Manon.
They're amazing.
Yeah.
They're fucking amazing.
They're not as high over here. Like, I don't have the money props like you have, but I'm seeing Tapology like plus 190, so I can imagine her money props like plus 200. But yeah, if she's plus 300-400, yeah, Jasmine's totally worth a sprinkle. I'm not now Lethal. We can all say Jasmine by submission all day. Unless the prop's super high, I'm staying away from method here, because at the end of the day, you know, Manon is pretty tough and is proven over many rounds. So in 15 minutes would be absolutely like ceiling busting performance by Jasmine to show us that without any further doubt, she's next in line for that belt. But I gotta respect how tough and veteran Manon is, just to say I'm taking Jasmine as a money line, and if she gets the finish, holy fucking shit. But I'm not anticipating it in this one. So, all right.
Brother, this was so easy for me. I thought Jasmine would be the favorite of this fight. No shit. Before the props came out.
You got Canada too. But Canada's a sore subject here.
What I saw, money-wise,
Yeah.
$11 for a submission, and $15 for a TKO, $7 for a decision, $5 for $4 for a win. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
I put 50 on the sub at $11. I sent you the fucking post, brother. I already did it.
Yeah.
I
It's
sent it to
midnight
your
for me,
channel.
so I'm refreshing to see if I have my props.
Yeah.
So I can finally bet the same.
I put 50 on a TKO. This is finished. This fight is ending. That girl is fighting fucking going for the belt next. The UFC want it. She wants it.
Let me
Who's
tell
that
you
chick?
my
Oh,
props
that's
real
right,
quick,
right.
Lethal.
Didn't she come from the casting of Lord of the Rings?
So here's my
Wasn't
props
she one
real
of the
quick. I got
goblins
Jazz. I
that
got
made
Jazz.
the steel down in the fucking dungeon. You know, fuck that shit. Jasmine all day. I've already posted that. Fuck weigh-ins. Fuck looking at any more information. That was my big pick. I put it on your channel, on your Mud Hut. I let everyone know that this is my pick at those odds. At those odds. For Jasmine to finish the fight at 7-1. That's fucking unbelievable. Jasmine by submission with Farad has nothing on the ground. Oh, 11-1.
So I was just gonna say as well, she's plus 1,000 for me over here by submission, which is fucking crazy.
It's fucking amazing, right? Come on, you got to jump on that shit, dude.
You should definitely sprinkle on it, but I'm respecting Manon to say money line at plus 400 because that's still fucking incredible. The issue is for me over here, Lethal.
$50, just $50. So I don't know how much. So basically, in today's world, $50 means jack shit. So I sprinkled 2 cups of fucking Starbucks and one. And I don't drink coffee, by the way, but I'm just thinking in normal terms. I sprinkled 2 Starbucks coffees and a fucking Happy Meal on, which is $50, right? Not a Happy Meal, like, you know, the Whopper meal, like the meal.
Yeah.
I sprinkle fuck all. I sprinkle fuck all at 11-1 on a chick that is so determined. I haven't seen a determination in a woman like this since Mackenzie Gurn was that, and then she lost it. Macy Barber was there. Remember that Eye of the Tiger that you used to see? They still have it, but this is a fresher version of the Eye of the Tiger. This is happening. I'm going to get I've already fucking planned my bookings for I've already decided what to do with my money. All right? This is my call. This is it for the week. Every week I make the call. Nolan, Magne, Muslim Salikov. Can't forget that one. Remember that call I made? Muslim Salikov? Yeah, I fucking call that cut too. So, this is this week's call. I posted it on your channel.
Yeah.
I've posted it everywhere. I'm going to post it later.
We post it because we hit a lot of these same big hits.
Money, at these odds, she's going to finish this fight.
Okay. So, if Jasmine wins by a decision, do you lose money? Because if
40 by decision too, by the way.
I'm just asking. Are you going all in on submission?
If she wins by decision, look. If she wins by decision, yeah, because I've got her for a finish.
Only.
I've got her for a. What's that?
Only. Did you take her money line or did you bet decision?
No. I've got her for fucking finishing this fight.
Okay.
And the money line, by the way, is 4.2 fucking points. 4.25.
Yeah.
Which is fucking, You put $100 in for a money line, you get $425 back just for point decision.
Yeah.
It's
So
4 times the money. Either way you go down under, if this chick wins by points, decision, submission, she just has to win.
yes. So that's kind of where I was trying to get, Lethal, is I respect Jasmine. I sincerely do. Again, I remarked at the beginning of this pick selection as I'm such a fucking fan that I made a goddamn community. And
look,
Lethal, hold on,
one thing
sorry.
about her, right? She's furious. She's furious, brother.
Yeah.
Her stand-up is crazy.
That's what I was just going to get at is I made a fucking community and made the joke of, oh, I'll just invite some of these favorite fighters of mine. Jasmine joined up. And I sincerely, what I like about her fighting is she's very front forward, front foot heavy. She'll hit the gas pedal. She'll get her clinch work very on top of the trips, the sweeps, the takedowns. And she's getting this shit done dry. So she's accumulating some good elbows. She'll use her fucking elbows down from the side. Like, I respect that Jasmine goes after it, which is why, combined with how tough I respect and think Manon is, physically especially, hard to hold down as well, even takedown. And I'd just be happy with Jasmine winning, period. I don't care if it was a TKO on the ground. I don't care if it was a submission. I don't care if it was a decision. If Jasmine wins the fight, I'm making money. But it is a fucking very tough one because I know I'm very strongly biased and emotionally saying Jasmine wins the fight. But yeah, very tough. So we'll see. It's going to be a good fight.
I am as confident in this bet as I am in my Tom Nolan, who was my fucking plumber bet. Okay?
Okay.
I'm going to throw it all out there. And when it does happen, you'll be throwing me another text on the day, my brother Toad, saying, you motherfucker. You did it again.
So
11-1.
So wait, are you saying that I'm too stupid to bet 10-1 on a submission? Because that's not what I said.
No, I'm not saying she's going to finish this fight. There is no points. She is going to finish this fight. She's the next champion.
Hear me out. I respect your decision because I also have Jasmine winning this fight. But I am telling you that it is still very good money to have Jasmine maybe like submission decision because Manon doesn't fade by getting knocked out and getting finished often. People do struggle with her especially with her grappling.
I've got to buy submission, TKO. I've got to buy everything.
Thank you. That's all I'm trying to ask you, Lethal. That's all. I'm trying to make sure that when Jasmine wins, however, I'm not the one over here celebrating while you just lost all your money because you're only believing submission.
I finish. I walk out with $1,200.
Great. I hope it hits. I was just trying to literally clarify with you. Method only, or do you have a spread? Because the props are still plus money, and it's a good place not to get greedy based on who she's fighting. And I'm ready to move on beyond that. What do you got?
I do a 5-man parlay for the end at $4.40 just to win. Obviously, she's just in the parlay.
Yeah.
Right? Obviously. She's in every parlay. If she loses, I'm fucked. Yeah. Right? Literally. I have covered her every single way, only because the odds in every single direction. Doesn't matter where you go, whether it's TKO, sub, down under here, they're 5-1, 11-1, 7-1. So I'm sitting back, like you said, what is it if you lose? I don't lose if I put 50 on that one because everything works out. She just has to win.
Great. Yeah. I'd be happy if she wins. I think a lot of people will cash out. I like Jasmine a lot. Gave that explanation a few times. She's won me quite a bit of money. I respect this level is pretty much like a title fight terms. I mean,
yeah, it is.
Manon is definitely a fucking champion. So, in her own regard. So, I will just say that, if Jasmine wins, I win money. I'm definitely putting some on her submission and ground and pound possibility, the sprinkles. But I'm not going to be being like, yeah, man, she's in all my parlays, all my this and that's. Because, no, I think I'm going to be very happy with what I do put down if it hits. And that's
I'm going to do this live, Toad. This is what I'm going to do. I'm so in. I've got this card. right here. Oh, here we go. No, not Armstrong. Here we go. My girl is going to win by finish. And if she doesn't, I'll give you this girl's card. Look at that. Case hit. Man on Fiat.
Yeah,
Signatured. Woo. My girl, I'm so confident. Anyone out there who wants to fuck with my fucking decision today, Jasmine, buy sub. I will fucking send this card to you because this chick right here, right, not going to win. Done.
All right, I'm changing my pick. I'm changing my pick to Manon. So if it happens, I'm getting that lovely card mailed to my door. Holy shit!
Done.
Die cut autos are beautiful, Lethal. Those are rare.
Wow. Dude,
I got plenty of die cuts, but die cut autos are rare. Ooh.
This is not a die cast. This is the auto. This is the case hit with the auto.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Card. I got like plenty of those cards without the auto. So having it with the auto, it's beautiful. It's rare. You don't see a lot of those. Those are sick.
But I'm betting this card because I'm following the girl, Jasmine. She will finish this fight.
I hope she does. All right, moving up the card, we got fucking Cheeto finally getting off the couch, done eating the Cheetos after a couple losses where he goes out and gets the paycheck regardless if he has any strikes thrown until the very end of the fight. And that's just enough to make a few trading cards for the next year when he's inactive and decides to throw only a few more strikes. And so, man, what a fucking weird fight this is going to be with Zahabi. You know, I think Cheeto's got a lot on his shoulders here because if he takes a third L in a row, he's going to become a gatekeeper fighter real fucking quick. And man, is that awkward.
He's a gatekeeper now.
Yeah, I know, but
I
know, but that's what I'm trying to say. Like, if he's actually becomes non-top 10 ranked by losing this fight, it makes you look at how bad of a call out it was by Sugar to play it safe to at least say, hey, I defended this title at least once before getting fucked in the ass by Merab. So, you know, it's, like I said, a lot of pressure here on Cheeto. And I'm not impressed with the guy. He's not this killer, man. He's not this fucking gangster where he just goes out and lets it go all the fucking time. Zahabi, I think, could be very fucking dull and boring and just work for the control and the grappling and bullshit. I'm neither here or there on this fight. Like, I really, it's sad to see this fight because, yeah, Cheeto's technically a top 10 guy and this card's bad enough where that's a huge draw. But, dude, the guy just needs to show up like he gives a fuck. I don't know. I'm not in love with Cheeto as a pick ever. He pisses me the fuck off. So, I'm going to go Zahabi just on all the fucking being upset I am for Cheeto recently. What do you got for me in this one? Sway me one way or the other. I really give a fuck about this fight.
Once a week, I find a problem. Not that I walk into this pod with a problem when I start with you fucking 2 hours ago, brother. But once a week, there's a name that stands out to me that really fucking annoys me. And to this week, it's fucking Cheetos Vera. You fucking fake gangster. Walking around with your 100 tattoos like you fucking... Get the fuck out of there. Literally. Just fuck off. Get the fuck out. You're an embarrassment. I would fight him. You think your tattoos are scary, right? Ooh, if I put 1,000 tattoos on me, no one will fight me. And then I train UFC. Look, you're a fucking thug. You're a fucking loser. You're a fucking not an MMA athlete. You're a fucking piece of shit. Get the fuck out the fucking ring. I'm sick and tired of... I can't believe I'm watching a packet of chips in a fight. So, I'm going to say this. Get the fuck away. This fight disgusted me because his name was on it. He's a fucking gatekeeper that lost everything. A gatekeeper that got the title fight because Sean O'Malley won and won back. He's a gatekeeper that has done absolutely
It was
jack
his
shit.
easiest matchup
Fuck
versus
all.
Umar Marab. It was his safest matchup.
I don't
Sanhagen.
care. Yeah.
Sugar's been
Dude,
ducking
if he
Sanhagen.
wins, if he does win, it will go by points. It will be the most boring spectacle of stupidity. So Harvey's got to go for the takedown. Cheeto doesn't know how to do it. He's got to go for a flying knee because he thinks he's a fucking little fucking gangster. Fuck off. Just get the fuck out of there. I hate this fight. I don't like it. I don't even know why Cheeto is in the fucking UFC to start with. I could find 10 people down the street that could kick the shit out, and I could find 10 dudes with cooler tats too. So if tats make you scary, you're not scary, dude. What makes you scary is can you fight? You threw a fly. Like, I'm not impressed. I am so not.
Sad.
I'm so outgunned. So I'll finish my this week's rant.
Fucking witch hunt this week,
fighter.
Lethal.
We'll call it Lethal's rant on a fighter. And today, Cheeto, you copped it. I'm sorry. Last week, oh, by the way, I ranted on Muhammad Usman last week, right? Before he got done for fucking steroids. So, the right ran. What a fucking loser. Right? So, fuck. I'm doing this rant. Cheeto Vera, get the fuck out. If you want to come and fight someone, come and fight a 52-year-old man because your tats don't scare me, bro. Ooh.
You ready to move on?
Ooh. Fuck off. Get the fuck out of there, you fucking small little midget. Fucking goblin.
All right.
Fuck off.
Hell yeah, Lethal. Moving up the
Done.
card, we got Kevin Holland taking on proper Mike Malott. Trailblazer, man, been a big fan of his over the years. Back and forth in his career. Really good at 170. Not so crazy good at 185. But what I always respected about him is he was always willing, anytime, anywhere, being a good company man. Funny personality. Bit of a G, just the way he walks in. Now, he does the whole, I'll pretend I don't care as much as I really do. And I think that part's true. I saw a segment a long time ago about Guru kind of calling out Holland for, like, not buckling down that extra 10% because he doesn't want to act like he tried all the way, and then if it didn't go his way, he actually failed. I think Holland rolls with the punches better than that. Now, he's been hurt to the body, and that was such a weird fucking stoppage, but he had fucking broken rib to Delice. Kevin will go through a war before getting stopped in most cases. He's got jiu-jitsu in his back pocket. He more so sets it up with how fucking dangerous he is. The shots off the sides of the head when he's in his guard. He's got killer elbows. He uses his weapons well as ranged. He's got that snap. The thing about proper Mike is he's going to be at a good on the feet disadvantage here. Just in the fact that Holland is going to be tagging him up, sniping him. Mike's got to get kind of ugly, throw combinations, look to get, transitional clinch takedown. Play it safe even on the ground. Don't be in the middle. Don't be in the guard of Holland, but try to work off the side. And, Holland's the kind of guy that will stand up very good too. Like he'll be a good dog free on the ground. So, man, I love this fight by a finish, but I don't know. I see Holland being the one getting a finish more than Mike at the same time. But both guys will go out and slug, so I like distance no as my safest bet on this fight. Is there's going to be a finish as well. But I would expect Holland to get it done at welterweight.
So, sorry to interrupt you, Toad. Sorry, mate.
You're good.
I was all Mike Malott I'm Kevin Holland fan. I've been actually won money off Kevin Holland, so I'm backing Kevin Holland at the moment. But then I'm in Canada. Mike Malott just come off a great victory. He's not a bad fighter. He hasn't proved anything. Do you know what changed my mind today? I watched Kevin Holland's media interview. It was only 4 minutes and 32 seconds. I want everyone to understand this. Everyone listen to this. Sometimes it's not about what you see in the cage. You've got to look at what's going on outside the cage. So what I do on my end is I do a lot of study. I don't study the fights. I study the person. Okay? And what I saw today in a 4 minute and 30 seconds from Big Mouth, who likes to talk a lot of shit, he did it. He didn't know who Mike Malott was. He thought Mike Malott was Jake Matthews. Right. He had no research. He's done. And what I saw was a guy that he still says if it's good, if it's good, if it's bad, it's bad. But if you look at it, remember the Piero fight when I said I changed my bets and I got that coin because I saw the look in the eye?
Yeah.
I changed my bet because I saw the look in Kevin Holland's eye this week. He said he wants to have one more fight this year, 7. And then he said he wanted 8 next year. I don't know whether UFC is going to give you all those fights if you keep on losing, right?
Yeah.
Correct? So
In his last 3, he's won 2. So I mean,
yeah, I'm taking Kevin Holland by finish. It's at $2.80 by finish.
Yep.
$5.60 by TKO, and $6 by sub.
Yep. If I took Mike at all to like offset sprinkle and like try to play both sides and make a little cheddar, I'd only probably take Mike by submission. I do respect his grappling enough to hit those, but I see Holland being alive otherwise off his back, as well as on the feet more times than not. If this fight's on the feet, Kevin should be lighting up Mike and hurting Mike more so than Mike hurting Holland, or else Holland, like you said, should be probably getting out of Dodge soon, because that's, yeah, kind of going back and forth at this career with that too much activity. UFC wouldn't really cut Holland, obviously. It'd just take him out of his super active schedule.
Hey, if you're saying you want to have 8 fights next year, you better win the next 3.
Yeah.
Because UFC aren't giving you 8 unless you win in the next 3.
And so also making them fun fights too, right?
Here. Yeah, so absolutely. It's just basic fucking business, dude. You know, like you fuck up 3 jobs, I'm not going to give you the next 5.
Yep.
You know, you can have all these big plans in life, but you got to win. You literally got to win. You're a horse, mate. You're not a person. You're a fucking horse in a stable owned by Dana White. And you got to fight to keep your fucking stable. So this is not about feelings. And this is not about this. You're a fucking horse. You're owned. And I hate to make it sound like meat, but unfortunately you are. And you have one way to do this. You either win or lose. And I sort of look in that fucking interview today, and this cunt's not fucking around. So I'm backing Kevin Holland all the way by finish.
Yeah.
Or by submission, which is 7-1, by the way.
Yep. Yeah, I'm in the process of trying to get my Zebra and a couple other good cards that I have of his signed. So I'd be... And
I've backed Kevin Holland. He's been the long shot for the last few fights.
Yeah.
Actually, not the last 2, but the first... Remember he was on the loss? We jumped on that bandwagon, Toad, remember?
Yeah.
If people go back through the pods, they will see that we've been backing Kevin Holland all the way.
I've been backing him.
I'm not going to back him now.
I've been backing him since before I even made mmatoad. Yeah. But we're still doing what I do now, where
why would we not back him now? Why would me and you sit back and go, oh, no, this is the moment he's going to do this.
Yeah.
I'm taking Kevin Holland.
I just think he's less timid on the feet. Like, Malott, ever since that loss to Magny, he hasn't quite fought the same aggressive, ruthless way he was. It really changes, his outlook, trying to control his cardio.
Nah, Hamzat changed him. That fight, after that fight, he was talking about retiring, remember?
You didn't hear me. So
Like
I'm talking about Mike Malott.
Literally,
I'm talking
Hamzat
about
thought, he
proper
thought,
Mike Malott losing to Neil Magny, not Kevin Holland. I'm talking about proper Mike. He hasn't fought the same since he lost to Neil Magny in the 3rd round. He's been working on his cardio, his gas tank, and trying to control the chaos and not like let it out there where if he hits the gas pedal, he has a chance of gassing and losing this fight. He's been way less aggressive. He's been more timid, and so that's...
And no respect to Neil Magny, right? But
Yeah.
Neil Magny's no fucking
Well,
Hamzat,
obviously,
right?
everyone didn't have respect
Holland,
at that time.
Kevin Holland, sorry, dude, I'm gonna fucking debate with you all day. Kevin Holland.
You're not even debating. You just interrupt me mid-sentence and don't even let me get off a full fucking sentence when I'm trying to say something. Neil
Magny's not a Hamzat. Kevin Holland come back from that Hamzat fight, and he come back different. And we're seeing that on the stats.
That's not even the conversation I was having, though. You misheard me. I've been talking about proper Mike losing to Neil Magny, and you shot some shit off about Hamzat. I didn't say anything about Kevin Holland. I was talking about proper Mike. But you're right. I'm not disagreeing with you there. I'm not disagreeing with you there.
Kevin Holland.
I just never brought that up.
I'm just saying, look, all I'm going to go down this road, Toad, with is I see an eye of a tiger, okay? I see an eye of a tiger, and if you do what the research, this guy has it. And I'm going to say, I hate to say this, my odds are all going Mike Malott in Canada, co-main event. Now, Kevin Holland is, this is why we're going to keep on talking, like, people say he's coming in for the paycheck, and he was. He used to talk about it. Money, drugs, women. I just want to smoke weed. He's not They asked him today at the fucking media day, oh, you're in Vancouver. We've got the best bud here. Do you want to test it? He said, I'm not even thinking about it. Move on. That's a different Kevin Holland, dude. I don't know what I saw today, but I saw something, and I don't know. But I'm just saying, I'm going to follow Kevin Holland. I have to put him on most of my parlays too. If he loses, my night's going to be fucked up. But
so what's the fight to end by finish here too? Because both men are totally capable of a submission, a knockout. Like, that's the safest bet.
I think Hamzat fucked Kevin Holland's mind up. He even jokes about it. He even jokes about it and goes, Hamzat fucked me up. Literally. He's never been so fucked up like Hamzat fucked DDP up. Have you seen DDP on social media?
No,
got raped. Kevin Holland got raped. Malott's never been raped. Hey, if you've never been raped, you don't know what it feels like. I'm just saying, but Hamzat raped these guys, right? Malott's thinking he's going with a guy that's just fucking... Kevin Holland's been raped by the biggest rapist in the UFC that destroys everyone. I don't think Mike Malott knows what he's walking into right now. But by finish, either way, double chance. Kevin Holland by Mike Malott.
No, I asked for the fight to end by a finish by either men, getting a knockout or a submission.
Okay. Double chance. Okay. $2.90 for Kevin Holland. $2.90 for Mike Malott.
And what if the fight ends by a submission or knockout by either man?
$6 submission Kevin Holland. $4.40 Mike Malott. Interesting. Flock of seagulls say Mike Malott has a better submission game. TKO. $5.10 Kevin Holland. $5.30 Mike Malott. 5-1 on both. Decision. 540 by decision. 540 by fucking Now, will it go the distance?
So that's what I was saying, Lethal. This entire time, I've said for either fighter to win the fight by a submission or knockout, right? It's a finish, fight by finish. And that's your safest bet. That's your safest bet. That's your hammer for this fight. If you were to bet on that fight, now it is negative 235, but I say that like it's a great parlay piece, especially for this one. So just throwing it out there, but I do expect if you want better props, better paper, probably put it by submission or knockout by Holland. But Mike's...
we talk about emotional fights and emotional fighters. This is that emotional fight because, like you said, Kevin Holland's a big thing for you. He's a big thing for me.
No, so that's where so I will always be transparent. If I say, hey guys, I'm picking Josh Emmett because it's an emotional pick for me this week, and I really like the guy, support the guy, a big part of the trading card community, go Emmett. Now that was the only fight I got wrong on the whole fucking main event, but I was up front and saying, hey, this is an emotional bet for me. When I say that Kevin Holland is my pick, that means even outside of emotions because I actually believe in technicality, physicality, and just being more dangerous with it. I like Holland in this fight. Simply put, he thrives in danger, and Mike's never really been the same since Magny introduced him to it in the third round. He's having to control himself, and it's not that Holland comes out.
Miscommunicated with you because when you said that, I went Kevin Holland fought Chimaev, so he grew from that. You're saying Malott didn't get. I said Kevin Holland.
No. I didn't say that. So the two different things. I never talked about Hamza and Holland this entire time, but in that conversation, yes, Holland did grow from that. Holland actually looked good in that fucking gator roll. It was an unfair start. They went from like a civil fucking hand tap to Hamzat shooting in immediately. Kevin still rolled with it and was there. I'm telling you, I like Kevin at 170 pounds. At 185 pounds, I do not. That's simply it. So anytime Kevin's at 170, I like him against a lot of these guys, especially upcoming guys that haven't been around. And it's not just that, Mike lost that one fight and, oh man, I'm fading him. No, I like that Holland's been at a higher level, far more than Mike's ever been in experience. So Holland, for many reasons, not just emotional in this fight. And I'll conclude that your safest bet on this fight as a whole is fight within the distance. So distance, no. Check it off your list. Negative 230. Throw it in a parlay and let's build one. Going into the main event, this 5-round war, in which that is another fight that will not go to the judges. But before we do that, Lethal, you got anything else for me on the co-main event?
Kevin Holland tells everyone he doesn't care, but he cares. That's how I'm going to finish.
Thank you. All right, we got RDR taking on Brandon Allen. RDR, man, he's looking very fucking good. We haven't really seen him quite tested. Honestly, the best fight he's had in the UFC in terms of someone giving him a fight was fucking Mearshart. To no surprise, very good in his own submission world and has his own moments on the feet. But man, Allen is... sorry, go ahead. Allen has his own moments on the feet where he looks really good early and almost cardio something. I don't know what it is. I'm getting hurt, cardio both, but starts to fade. And this is just over 15 minutes normally, right? So I like Allen off the rip in round 1. Round 2 starts getting me some weird vibes. Round 3, I typically in a fight going, come on, Allen, like this pissing me off. So I like RDR from this standpoint. He's a proven champion. He's proven championship rounds. He hasn't really struggled with the weight like I thought he would, honestly. This guy used to fucking fight at 205 pounds. He's huge. They call him the fucking refrigerator. RDR, the refrigerator. And he shows up, man. He's very well versed. And I actually like this matchup for him against Allen because it gives someone inner youth, large frame, mixes it up well too, just not nearly as technical. Is that fair to say? Like, I think RDR is so much more technical than Brennan. So Brandon's shot at winning this fight is to make it ugly in the striking department. Don't go grappling. Don't be like trying to shoot for takedowns, putting your head out, reaching for that shit, being lazy, not committing. Because RDR is either going to start you or cinch something up and choke your shit out instead. So I'm going to go RDR as an official pick. Show me otherwise until he finally fights that level of adversity. I can't fade him currently. So until a certain point at least. So that's going to summarize my picks on the main. I like distance no here the most. What do you got for me, Lethal?
Well, I'm going to keep this one short for you. This was the most easiest pick for me for the week. I'm going to follow the RDR bandwagon. I'm in. All right. I've never been fully in with a prospect that's no longer a prospect. Let's put that. And how did that happen within 5 fights? 1 minute you're a prospect, or 4 fights. 1 minute you're a prospect, now you're not a prospect. So I'm on him. I'm going to tell you what I did do this week. I've got a few parlays on. I've banked all my cash, as you know, on Jasmine. And I've banked the rest of my cash on my submission for RDR. I believe he has said, I watched his interview today. He has only one mission. He doesn't want a knockout. He doesn't want this. They talked about Alan's submission game. He said it was good. He said, oh, people say it's excellent. He said, whatever. This guy really believes he's here. And like, when I pick picks, I can do the stats. I can talk to you. We can watch every single fight, Toad, right? Because everyone does. We're not the only people doing it. And we all have our own opinions. So my last thing I go back to, always, take it from someone that worked in the prisons, and you got to rid of one thing, body language. The guy that says he's going to knock me out is not the guy that scares me. The guy that says, I'm all good, I'll see you at I'm fighting Chimaev and whatever. And I'm not saying that's overconfidence. He's also saying it's my next route, but I'm all good. This is just another dude. That's a different bit of body language. So I'm going to finish this off, Toad. Alan's got a great submission game. RDR, there's new kid on the block. People could say Robert Whittaker's old. Kevin Holland, who's fighting on the card right now, RDRB, right? And I just spoke so highly of Kevin Holland, didn't I?
Yeah, no, that's why my respects there for RDR especially is who he's beating, the way he's beating him. So.
Yeah, so people can say Kevin Holland was this and Robert Whittaker was that and Bo Nickel was young, right? Not ready. It's not his problem. You gave me the ex-champion. You gave me the fucking up-and-coming Bo Nickel. Let's jerk our fucking cards off on him. Right?
Yeah.
You gave me all the dudes. You gave me Kevin Holland, the big mouth, who's got jiu-jitsu, hands tall, massive striking. Right? What do you want to give me? So what are you going to give me now? Brendan Allen? Huh. You know what? This is RDR. I'm going to do an RDR. Here we go. My end. Ring, ring. Dana. Hey, Dana, how you going? Hey, I got your next fight. If you beat this dude, you got the title shot against Hamza. Oh, who's the dude? What is it? Is it Izzy? Is it Strickland? No. You beat Brendan Allen. Well, you give me Brendan Allen. What's the?
He's not up there yet. I mean, he got Fluffy. He got all these other worthy guys. RDR's on his way, though.
That's right. After Fluffy, because Fluffy was the fight. Fluffy was the fight that we were all excited about. But when the UFC rang him and said, hey, dude, Fluffy got injured, but you can still get the belt, and you got to beat. Who is it? Brendan Allen. You're like, who the fuck? And wow, I beat that cunt. That's where I'm seeing this fight. Brendan Allen, you barely got through Marvin Vittori, right? Really, that was an embarrassing fight. That
That's what I'm
fight
trying to
sucked
say. Like,
shit.
he's so good early on, and then he just fades, and he, like, loses himself in a fight. Wear and tear, damage, quit. I don't know what it is, but
RDR
RDR doesn't do
has
that.
said, and this is what I love about it. It's like a Habib. I'm going to take him down, choke him, and finish. Done. There's no speculation here.
Yeah.
He's told everyone. But with Bo Nickel, hey, if I'm trying to get in close and I kick him in the guts and he falls down, sorry, I fucked up your parlay on the submission, but I've never wanted to knock him out. He just wants to submit him. He wants to be the submission boy.
Yeah, he wants to choke everybody, so... Yeah, I like to also, for this one, you could say, obviously, the fight to end is the safest because both guys have big elbows, big kicks, big long shit. Like, they can send it. So you got to respect the knockout by either guy. But you could also bet the fight to end by submission and also honor if Allen gets anything really goofy off with his damage. Again, I don't respect his jiu-jitsu anywhere near DeRitter's, but it could be some like really loose cannon shit that hurts RDR that sets up his back in a way. And I think if you get the properly hooked rear naked choke with someone really fucking hurt or concussed, it makes a tough guy quit or go to sleep. You don't get to choose. So you got to respect the finish by either guy.
Round 1 or 2 submission RDR. This guy's not fucking around, dude. He's not fucking around. He's coming in. Brendan Allen has been there long enough. And guess what? I'm going to say this. I'm going to finish this with my man Tom Nolan. 4-fight win streak, 1. You do no social media. You only fight in Australia. You know what I mean? You sort of don't do much after you got the fucking contract, right? You can't do that. RDR, what he did when he came in, he just fucking fought everyone. Alex Pereira fought everyone. It's basically like the guy that, if you owned a business, the guy that says, and you ring him for overtime. Hey, you want to come in for a shift? Yep. You want to come in for a shift? Yep. That's what these is what these other fighters aren't seeing. Brendan Allen and all that think they got a cool thing, and then they stop for fucking 8 months. Right? These guys like Alex, Connor, RDR, everyone's wondering why they get, because they're not Kevin Holland, who loses even. They pay him great money because he turns up for every shit. And I think this is what we're going to have to, I'm trying to say this to these fighters out here. Turn up to every shift. When your boss rings up, you fucking take the call. Guess what? Your boss will give you a main event one day if you're a good employee.
Yeah. If you go out there and you understand the assignment also, not just showing up to fight, but showing up to get a finish. And RDR is nothing short of that capability, and neither is Allen. So I like this fight on paper. Nice 2 big 185ers. Both pretty good at mixing it. And again, I respect Allen early in this fight, so I do got RDR as a pick. But man, do I love a finish here by either guy as a pretty nice parlay piece. So I'll probably shoot you guys 4 or 5 leg distance. No, probably plus 600 or 700 prop that I like. And I'll say it's pretty safe. I'll put a couple units on it myself. So this is going to be part of it.
Toad, what I will say, because I know I'm being passionate about a few fights here.
Yeah.
But I will say thank you for fucking listening to my shit and everyone out there. But I have to understand, like, there's method to my madness here. All right? I don't look at numbers. Sometimes I do, and I don't look at fighters sometimes. Sometimes I'll just look at body language. All right? Body language is everything.
Yeah, that's why we were saying so many times when we first started doing this, like, technically my pick isn't final until after weigh-ins because Body language can change everything. Look at the pick from Oswald last week. I mean, perfect example. So you got to know what's
Alex
going on at the
Vieira.
weigh-ins. Who's injured?
I
Who's
had
having a
5
bad cut? Body
parlays going
language.
into Ankalaev. 5.
Yeah.
So I had $3,000 going to Ankalaev, or I had 1,500 if I cashed that in, putting it for. The only reason I changed it, brother, only reason I changed it is I just watched him. I had like 1 minute, and I was watching the fights, and I just saw him. And I went, oh. And I looked at Sam, and I went, we have problems here, Houston. I've got to cash this shit in. And I changed it all to a TKO. Because sometimes it's not about even the weigh-ins. Sometimes it's about the moment. What you see. You look at your fighter, your favorite fighter, when you go, uh-oh, I think she's not looking like the same. I might have to, not that you don't follow them, you love them, but you just go, uh-oh, I think you got that. I think you have a bad problem here, Houston. You know what I mean? So what we're trying to say is our picks are our picks, but at the end, man, you got to follow your own gut. And if you aren't casuals and you do what me and Toe do, we follow everything. Follow the interviews. Follow what they actually say. Follow.
That goes hand in hand with, like, if you got the most
4 minute.
time and you watch tape, watch the interviews too. Like, tape is like good things. Like, okay, this is what I like about the fight, but the fight game isn't just what's going on in the octagon. It's all the things going on the outside. So anywhere from mind games to a bad cut to injuries to somebody's fucking
today,
sick that day. What medications they're down.
Body language. If you look at it today, when you watch it, Toad, you get back to me tomorrow, right? And everyone else watching, Kevin Holland had really more darker eyes than he usually has. You have a look, right? He did a 4-minute 30 interview. Now, there's 2 versions of this. His focus, which is where I'm going, or he's fucking having a few fucking issues. Watch the thing. Don't worry about the stats. Don't worry about the fucking fights. And Kevin Holland, Mike Malott, look at both fighters at the media day. Mike Malott looked calm, cool presented. If you're going by body language, you're like, wow, Mike Malott looks pretty cool. But then you look at the other side and go, is Kevin Holland really tired? Because look at everything.
Yeah.
And look at the person that always talks to the media and look at the person that didn't. So there's only 2 versions of this. Have you got a focus Holland, or have you got a tired, angry Holland? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's not about the stats. It's about watch the shit, guys. Watch it. It's visually on there on YouTube. You can see it yourself. You can watch it yourself and you can pick your own fighter. But Kevin Holland looked tired, but he looked focused. Mike Malott looked amazing and clear and speaking well and not cutting off the media. He looked leveled. So just throw those things in when you do your picks, because it's not about the numbers. It's about the fighter and what they experience during weight cut and what people don't watch. People go on Instagram and shit and fucking look at numbers. If you do what me and Toad do, we look at the fighter, and the fighter's having a bad day or look
just at the very
week,
least, hold on, just to add to that, at the very least, just watch fucking weigh-ins. It's okay if you didn't have all the time in the world. Do you research this? Oh, this person's sharp. This is their week's opinion. Oh, this person's sharp. Do some of that. But man, you are doing such a disservice if you don't look and see what you're about to bet on before you do it. Because so many people do that shit and they show up and they get so salty. And it's like, I'm sorry, but did you see the body language of their opponent, or did you see how that weight cut wasn't exactly the best thing in the world? Other factors play, especially region, and you got Mike in Canada.
Came in with the fucking broken hand. It was videotaped at the weigh-ins. that his hand was exploded, right? There's a big controversy about that. How did he get through medicals? Oh, wait there, he was Brazilian.
Yeah, no shit.
No one comes with a broken hand. He didn't throw one punch in the fucking fight.
Didn't really get to. That's why it's so easy.
This is what we're saying to everyone out there. It's not about what you might not catch up on. If you watch this pod, we'll tell you, that cunt got broken hand. I bailed out. I cashed in so many fucking parlays.
Well, this pod happened far before the weigh-in where we saw that. But yeah, we talked about it like with each other in our groups and stuff that we're part of. So yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. Things change. So watch the shit. Watch the fighters. Watch whether Kevin Holland. I think you'll find that interesting, Toad. Watch whether Kevin Holland is angry.
Yeah.
Or watch whether Kevin Holland's calm.
Yep. My media catch-up's coming soon. Just been busy. Happy to get some time to do this. So, all right, guys. Much love and an extra shout-out to Lethal. He, very busy, very loving man. Just lost one of his best old soulmates. So he's rocking them all his little homies on his neck right now, all of his little dogs. So he's got like little ashes of each of them.
So
got the wolf pack rolling.
Yes, I'm not a fucking gangster and I don't shoot people, right? Each dog has an ashes of their ashes. So I've had 5 dogs in my life. I've got 5 chains here. They're a bit fucking tangled. But each chain has their ashes. So I'm not walking around like some sort of fucking Marlon Vera with fucking tats and fucking shit. This is the shit. So ashes of Bella, Cyber, Legion, Nova, and Roxy. All at once. Just to let you guys know. Apart from that, because Roxy died this week, so... Apart from that, I usually keep them here, don't I, Tate?
Yeah.
I never show it, but today I did show it, not to show because I just wanted to show off that that's my family, and my last dog just left, and that's Us, or Roxy, and I'm all good. I'm all good.
Yeah. I'm sorry to hear it again, man. I just wanted to take a moment in the pod to recognize it. Being a warrior for being on the pod, I totally would have understood if this week you told me just to shoot the shit myself, and totally, would have understood. So, yeah, appreciate you guys so much for tuning in, tapping in. Nice to see chat moving, and especially with one of our special guests, BKFC's own Jared Lenny. So, hell yeah, man. Much love, y'all. We'll catch you next time. Regardless of some of those picks, I sincerely hope you guys have heard us out on some of these fights to end by finish and cash out on something really nice for yourself when that parlay hits. I'll be sending your way soon. All right, y'all. Much love.
And I wish everyone luck. Look, we win, we lose, we draw, we love. At the end of the day, we love what we do. So I hope you guys win. I hope you guys win off ours. I hope you guys win off yours.
Yeah.
Literally.
Comment below anything that you bet that we didn't. We'd love to know what you hit on that we missed.
Yeah, share that shit. Tell us, man, you fucked that one up. Because I'm happy to know that I fuck shit up. Right?
But
all
dude,
day.
we've been doing very good. We've been doing very good for like this entire year. We've been doing pretty damn good, but like as especially this last month, I'm saying like we're one of the sharpest in the community by far. Brother, main events, co-main events, methods. This day off
now, right, like every Thursday. Do you know why I actually get to come home? Not because she wants to help me with my podcast. She actually knows every Sunday I give her money. So at the end of the day, all I'm saying is I do walk out every Sunday apart from the whole Alvarez, which I do walk out Even Stevens. So Even Stevens is not winning money team. Winning money is profit. Last week, I made my money back. I'm not happy with that. All right? We make money.
Yeah.
We do good.
Charles by finish fucking carried me.
Fight, yeah, all day. Toad, I know you need to go. It must be about 1 o'clock in the morning, my brother.
Yeah, a little past, but it's all right, man. I appreciate catching up. Again, to you guys, much love. We'll catch you next episode. Peace.
I love you, mate.
Yeah, love your guts, man. Hey, sorry about the dogs, but she'll be all good, mate. Yeah, she'll be all good.
No, not
I
all
tried.
good. She'll be right, mate.
She'll be right. Yeah.
She'll be right, mate.
I knew I was fucking it up,
but all right, she'll be right, mate. She'll be right.
It's funny when you say it, so that's all I wanted. It's like I'll attempt to say it, and then you correct me. Hey, so
I love you. Yep. Always will. I'll see you during the week, and I'll see you Sunday.
Yep, absolutely, man. Much love.